Okay, Winston. This may be going back really far for your memory, I don't know. There are two pieces of information you need to write the equation of a line, a straight line. And not slope and intercept, okay? So in calc, every single time that we are gonna write the equation of a straight line, I don't know if you can see this form right here. Do you remember or recognize this form from before?
No.
Okay, trying to think how to phrase the question without giving it away. How about this? What does the prime stand for again?
Slope.
Perfect. So I was wondering if you were gonna say derivative and then derivative means slope. So, okay, perfect. So slope is one of the two things you need to write the equation of a straight line. So for calc, almost exclusively, that's gonna be found with a derivative. Okay, it's generally not gonna be between 2 points. Do you wanna keep going?
No.
No? How are we calling on people today? Is Winston gonna choose
Yeah,
or,
You can put.
okay,
I'll do 23.
I don't know, are you 23 or 22? 23? All right, perfect. Can you tell what other one piece of information is written in this? It's not using X's and Y's, they use A and F of A. Okay, the point. So it has an X and a Y value written in there. So if you read that, it says Y minus F of A equals F prime of A times X minus A. This is point slope form from pre-calc and Algebra 2. To be able to write the equation of a line, we need slope and a single point, A, F of A. So this is point slope form. There's two ways you can write the answer, but I'll just not discuss that part yet. Like, I don't want to throw too much at you at once. This is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. But using calc notation, it'll be written like this. So we need to be able to do that anytime it asks you to write the equation of a tangent line. Now, the tangent line part I'll get to next, and you can kind of see it in this picture. So a tangent line is any kind of line that touches your curve at exactly only one point, and what a tangent line does is it shows you the slope at that exact spot. So it's a straight line that shows the slope that spot on a curve. And so here's what I've kind of got. So Luke showed me how to make the slider. I don't know if you guys know how to do that or not. I never needed it before, I guess. But in terms of trying to show you a tangent line, this is actually pretty handy. So I currently have this set to show the tangent line at x equals 1. And on a parabola, the slope at x equals 1 is 2. And that's what this line is showing you. It's showing you a slope of 2. And so the way tangent lines work is they will touch the graph at exactly one spot only, and they will mimic and have the same slope as the curve. And so if I kind of move this, you can see how the tangent lines, you guys ever used a spirograph when you were younger? It's that little gear looking thing that you took your pencil and went like this. And what it did is it basically made a bunch of straight lines, even though they weren't straight. It took a bunch of straight lines and showed you how together they can kind of make a curve. That's usually what kids kind of get out of the spirograph, is when you use that thing a whole bunch of times, you'll see a curve made from a bunch of little short straight lines. That's kind of how tangent lines work. If I take my tangent line slider and kind of move it around the curve, it's a lot of straight lines that will show you the exact curve you have. So these are all the different slopes that make up x squared. And it touches at only one spot all along the way, and it will show the slope that it has there. So that's what a tangent line is. Sometimes you will only be asked the slope of a tangent line. Sometimes you will be asked for the equation of tangent line. And so there's a lot of details involved that it sort of assumes you already know how to do. And that may or may not be the case. I will most definitely try to be going through the details with you at the same time as the questions. But the one downside is it kind of assumes you remember a lot of the info. Okay, a normal line, which I did not draw. I guess I could have. A normal line is perpendicular to the slope at that spot. So if you remember how to do perpendicular, you flip the slope upside down and then change the sign from positive to negative or negative to positive. So they usually called it the negative reciprocal. I don't know what opposite reciprocal slope. You pretty much never need the normal line. I mean, it's a thing, but we don't ever use it. You just have to know it. Oh, I don't want to show you the answers to everything. What I wanted to do is, do you guys, I kind of wanted your, what on earth am I doing?
Excuse the interruption. Students now with the letter M for their last name, please go to the black box for the retake pictures. Again, students with the last name that begins with the letter M to the black box. Thanks.
Are you trying to tell them to go take a picture? You just tell them to leave class? It sure looked like it. I kind of want your opinion on this. I know what these are made for. These are kind of made for you to try them on your own in class and for us to kind of go over the answers quickly before we're done with class. And this should prepare you for the homework, but I don't know. Do you want to just try these together, like try them individually, and then we can go over the answers at the end? Or should we just take a couple minutes for you to try some of them? Do you guys have thoughts? I know you have thoughts, but you have to say your thoughts out loud. Do some of them?
I say try all of them.
Okay. How about I just give a certain time limit, however far you get, you get. So don't forget that I do have all of these answers attached to the homework for every section. So like the section 2.1, I have the filled out notes attached to the assignment as well. So if there's ever things that you don't get finished or don't get done with, you can try them on your own time and later on. Let's take 10 minutes, okay? Because I want to have a little bit of time in here to check off homework for 2.1 for some people because it's due tonight. And then that way you don't have to take pictures at 11:58 at night again. I forget who it is, but somebody here keeps submitting it like 2 minutes past midnight every time.
So what is the definition of a derivative and what's the second definition of the derivative? What is the difference?
So the definition of a derivative, the limit definition of a derivative is, the limit definition of derivative is that.
Okay. what's
So the x
second?
plus h minus the f of x. The second one is the alternative one I showed you yesterday
Like
at the end of
f
notes.
Of x minus f
Yes.
negative 2, okay,
The second one is rarely ever used.
okay.
We pretty much exclusively use that version to do work. The second version, the only place I've ever seen it is on the AP test where it says, what do these stand for?
Okay.
Certainly feel free to work with people around you. Let's see, what time do we get done with class? 57. If you need help, feel free to come up to me and ask questions too.